Good morning and welcome to Crow Inclined, here today with your daily energetic check-in and working with the Enchanted Map Oracle. We have the Spirit of Place as our card of focus, although it came out in the reversed. All right, it's a beautiful card. I love it. When it comes out, excuse me, when it comes out in reverse, it's asking you to take a step back and ask yourself, what is the real nature of my inquiry? So what is it that you are asking about today? What is it that you're needing an answer to? Okay, so it's really about not getting tangled up in the details or the desires of the situation that can obscure the truth. Okay, taking a step back and asking for the truth of the situation, what is the real nature of my inquiry, can bring you some clarity, especially when we're trusting our own intuition, okay? Coming from a place of truth. It's interesting, the last, few readings I've done have been about facing the truth of situations, okay? This card is really asking that, we distinguish between what is true and a truth that can be synthetic. So once again, maybe we're putting a spin on the truth of a situation to suit our needs, to suit our narratives. So be honest with yourself. Let your situation be revealed for what it really is and not what you want it to be. An apple can't be an orange, a dog can't be a bird, all those kinds of things, right? So how are you changing the narrative for your situation to suit your agenda? Okay. When you can really see things for what they truly are, that's when we find the real treasure. That's when we find the clarity. That's when we're able to move on. So the focus today is looking honestly at a situation for what it is and not what you want it to be. Okay? All right. Very cool. Let's dig into this. Pardon me. I've been a little sniffly today, but my dog is also sneezing. There's stuff blowing around outside. Anyway, I've got the Dreaming Way Tarot today, and I'm going to go ahead and get that shuffled up because I had it out, but I didn't pre-shuffle it. I guess I was all excited to get into this reading. So I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you so much for subscribing. This is a pretty new channel, and I'm just so honored to be able to bring you messages. So thank you for your likes, subscribes. Thank you for your shares. Thank you for just being here and viewing. Okay, all of my information is in the drop down box, and if you would like to peruse, yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. All right, let's get into this juiciness. Okay. Seeing the situation for what it really is. It's like I want this to be a fun reading. All right. So we do have the Six of Wands. All right. This is recognition. This is the nature of this is recognition. It's victory. It's, being greeted by others with pats on your back kind of thing. So, okay, let's keep going. This is how you're feeling. Okay, so you feel like whatever this is, the situation is for you is justice. You feel like maybe you deserve something, or you're actually feeling that the scales of justice are maybe moving in your favor or moving against them. We don't, we'll figure it out. Okay, we'll figure it out as we go, because we are looking sort of at the possibility of a false narrative. Okay, so Temperance, keeping in mind this is divine timing. This is divine timing. So it's quite possible that if we're looking at a situation, maybe not quite truthfully or with a little spin on it, that in order for the scales to balance themselves, we've got to really look at it honestly. And maybe that's why this sort of slower moving, this is a card of patience, guys, okay? The nature of and what to keep in mind. So this is coming for you, obviously. It's just coming in its own divine timing, okay? But you are definitely, this is your energy. This is definitely something that you believe should be in your favor, however it plays out, okay? So when we're in this energy of, I deserve, and we deserve all the best in our lives, but when we're working in a situation where there are other people and other bits and pieces to, the puzzle, we can't just say, this is what I want and it's going to happen how I want, and then you spin your narrative to it, okay? So we have to be patient with how this is playing out, right? Justice is blind. It may go in your favor, it may not. But with this, once again, with this card showing up in your energy, like you really do feel like you've worked really hard for this and it's yours. Like this is how it should play out for you, okay? All right. Interesting reading today. All right, what's going on with this Six of Wands, this recognition card? Maybe you are recognizing that you've had blinders on, or, blinders on, justice is blind, or maybe you're realizing that there are other ways of looking at the situation. Sorry, I had about 10 of them flip over and I don't want 10. I just want one for the Six of Wands. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. So you're still trying to figure this out. You're still trying to figure out this money situation, although you're headed in the right direction. Okay. You're still researching. You're still kind of in the planning stages of something that you're working on. Okay. So, and that's falling underneath the card of victory and recognition. Okay. So you're being recognized for what you're doing. You're being recognized for what you're doing. Okay. This could just be a message, honestly, about perspective. You may need to change your perspective on something. Oh, hold on. That one flipped over. Yeah. Yep. We have the Two of Swords coming out. So you do have a decision to make. Okay. You have a decision. And look at, they're both blindfolded. So there may be something about this situation that you are refusing to look at, and that could be why this came out in the reverse today, because there's something that we're maybe aware of, but not really wanting to take a look at. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Look at that. Okay, that kind of gave me goosebumps. Okay. All right, what about this Temperance card? The Great Card of Patience. The Great Card of perfection and timing. Precision, precise timing, divine timing. Oop. Woo. Yep. Yeah, there is something, there's either some kind of illusion around this, or there is something that is hidden that you don't know. Or there is something hidden that you do know, but you are refusing to take your blindfolds off. You can have blindfolds on and still know exactly what the heck is going on, especially if you are following your intuition in a situation, okay? Are you... deluding yourself, or what is the illusion, what is hidden about the situation as it comes out with divine timing. It is going to come to light, but it's going to require you to shift your perception of it. Okay. I don't feel like you're doing anything nefarious. I don't feel like you're, purposely trying to tweak things in a manner to suit you. I really feel that it's going to require a mindset shift. It's going to require looking at it from a different perspective. It's going to require being open to the possibility that there's another solution and another outcome. Okay? All right, let's go to this Page of Pentacles, because it really feels like, with all of these major arcanas out, and there's still being recognition and forward movement towards your stability and foundation. It does feel like it has to do with your stability and your foundation. Yep. Yep. All right, this is a card of giving and receiving. This is someone who has enough to share and is willing to do that without, strings attached or judgment. This is someone receiving help without, feeling ashamed or embarrassed. Okay. Someone's going to maybe help you figure out how to take the steps to what you need. Either that, or someone is going to assist with your stability while you are figuring this out. That kind of feels right. That feels right. But we'll see. There's a lot of hidden kind of energy in here. Justice is blindfolded. The Two of Swords is blindfolded. We have the Moon that's come out, right? And then we have the lovely Temperance, who is just sitting there and pouring this elixir back and forth, waiting for it to be exactly perfect. Okay? The energy of the Six of Pentacles is a back and forth motion. It's reciprocity. It's philanthropy. It is an ebb and flow. The balancing, the scales. The scales have a back and forth motion, right? Interesting. Okay, so let's get something for this Two of Swords and this Justice. Yeah, you've got to look at things a little differently. You got to take the blindfold off, okay? All right, come on. Two of Swords. Oh, okay, yeah. Two of Pentacles, there is that energy, that back and forth. This card always kind of reminds me, or at least the Two of Pentacles, not specifically this art, but of a slinky. Do you remember slinkies? I loved a slinky, and I could sit there forever and just move it back and forth from one hand to another. I loved it, and that's kind of the energy today, right? It's sort of this figuring out this balance, the balance that we have here, the balancing of the scales, the balancing of the Six of Pentacles, give and take, the balancing of the Temperance card. So this is all really about this fine-tuning this balance, right? Once we understand the true nature of our situation, once we allow our blindfold to come off and understand what it is that we're doing, where it is that we're going, okay? All right, let's look at the Moon here. Temperance and the Moon. Yeah, this is divine timing, and maybe you're not supposed to know. No, that's not the case. You're supposed to know. You're supposed to look at things from a different perspective, and that is going to allow whatever is hidden to come forth, okay? Whatever it is that you're not willing to take a look at. It's just about shifting your mindset, really. Whoa, okay. No. That was way too many cards. All right, let's, okay. All right, yes. Okay, so once we have the Eight of Wands, once we open our eyes and we ask the right questions and we are open to the possibility that we may be looking at things in, maybe not the right way, or with a different narrative than how we should be looking at it. Once we realize that the truth of the situation, there's going to be really fast movement, okay? Then we're going to be moving out of patience. This, whatever is hidden, is going to be exposed. We're going to see it for what it really is. And this slow moving patience of the Temperance card is going to just take off. It's going to be like being loaded in a slingshot. Okay. And shot out of a slingshot. Okay. So that's good. That's good. Okay. So it's about awareness, being aware of how we can sort of spin a narrative to suit, or to spin a situation or a story, whatever, to suit our own narrative of how we think it should be. And this reading today is really asking you to be open and honest, to ask the right questions, and understand that there's another way to look at and interpret the situation using your intuition. You have a finely tuned intuition, but there's something about this situation that you're not quite ready to face, okay? All right, that is your message for today. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you soon.